Good morning. Today is Sunday, February 25th, 2024. And this is the weekly Bitcoin price forecast, looking at where Bitcoin went in the past week and where it could potentially go in the future. So we are at the start of the last week of the month of February. So closing out the month, I don't know where we'll go at this point. It kind of seems like the last week we didn't really go anywhere. We just kind of ranged for the entire week. But still, overall, you're up 21.5%. Like, that's a fantastic move for just 1 month. And, the shortest month of the year, too. So that's pretty good. 21%. It just went on a tear after the ETF. January, again, was very up and down volatility due to the first half being we're looking forward to, are we going to have an ETF or not? And then after ETF approval on the 11th, it was a lot of volatility, a lot of selling, a lot of rebalancing before it could go up like it did in February. So that's impressive. Very impressive that we had that big of a move, and we're going to sustain that going into the end of the month. I don't see us coming down. Looking at the weekly chart, really, yeah. So this was February. This is the first week of February, second week of February, and then we didn't really do anything the last week. We were in this rebalancing range for a while, and then the ETFs just started flooding money in. Not as much this week. I think they pulled back. I'm pretty confident they're not gonna, just skyrocket price. There has to be a measured approach because they want to get in at the best price possible. So it's not just going to be a continuous up and up. They're gonna try to accumulate as much as they can at the lowest price that they can. So they're at this point could be sideways motion, but I don't see a whole bunch of down motion at all. I don't see a ton of down motion to where we would revert to lower prices. That doesn't seem highly likely, just because, again, as we approach the halving in April, you will see a lot of the demand shock, supply shock, really. At that point, you'll have 450 to 500 Bitcoin coming out a day. I think right now we're at about 1,000, somewhere in that range, like about 900 to 1,000 a day. Bitcoin are coming out. After the halving, it's going to cut in half. Demand's going to be increasing at that point, so price is going to skyrocket. So for the next 2 months, I think they're going to try to gradually increase the price as opposed to just skyrocketing it. But we'll see. Time will tell. Let's go back to the weekly chart. Putting the drawings on there. Going back to the weekly chart, we never got below 40,000. Really have shot off from about 44,000 and broke through this long-term resistance. You had the 50,000 level that we were breaking off of. And I think there will be a lot of buying in this area too, just because 50,000 is such all eyes on that number. It's very psychological in that way. You could see price come back down to here and then reverse, which it already really has. Like, it's come back down to this 50,000, kind of tested it, and just reverted back up to here. So maybe you see a couple more tests before going up to the upside. But I think that should be about the limit of where you have, because you also have this trend line in the way too, that you can see it better on the daily chart, but we'll get down there in a second. This trend line that is forming since right here. So 1, 2, 3, broke down, rejected right here, blew through it. And then still you form this trend line right here. So you have 50,000, you have this lower one, you have these moving averages in the way. So yeah, I don't see it falling entirely too far. And then you have this also, I think this is maybe like a 4-hour demand zone. So not super strong, but at the same time, it could hold that to a degree. Let's take a look at the 4-hour chart right here. There's a demand zone right there. And you would still have to break below these moving averages too. So even on the lower time frames, you have the 100 moving average right here, the 50 moving average right here, and then the 200, which is slowly catching up. So, if you project that out, it looks like somewhere around the end of the week, this will be up here. So going below 50,000 is just getting less and less likely by the day. As these moving averages advance and as price continues to hold kind of in this pattern. So what else do we have? Yeah, this might be a short one today. There really wasn't anything that happened this week. So this was Valentine. Yeah, this is Valentine's Day. And then the 15th, 17th. When was the start of this week? Monday. Yeah, like Monday through Friday. I didn't even really look at Bitcoin a ton this week, just because there was really nothing happening. just kind of like in, I don't know, sideways range motion. Like the plan has not changed at all. We're still going up. At worst case scenario, we just end up, going sideways for a while. That's not a problem at all. All that does is give you more time to accumulate. It gives you more time to build your position and get whatever you need. So like, as long as it's not going down, we're having a good time. So all is well. Let's, I'll go back out to the daily one more time. Yeah, it's just getting so improbable that we even get like this low. You got to make your case to the upside and the downside. And like I said, if we go back out a little bit, there's not too much stopping the advance once you get past 50,000 and just like continue on there. There's a level of accumulation in here. So like we may kind of blow up to here, and then reject a little bit, reject some, and then finally break those all-time highs. But we'll see. What does that push us into? No, that's like August. Yeah, it's going to be a moon mission for sure. We're definitely going to go up, especially on the weekly chart. Like maybe a few, the pullbacks are going to get less and less steep as time goes by. They're going to be very shallow pullbacks before continuing on to the upside. So I'm excited. This is where the crypto market starts to get exciting. So I'm going to cut it here. No need to continue talking if there's nothing to talk about. Again, this has been Chris Talks Crypto. Check out our crypto-based resources on christalkscrypto.com, and I will see y'all on the moon. Take care.